Hello, this is Arubi. Thank you for watching this channel. Just a quick uh, update of what's going on. Today I'm going to continue with the project of my home building, which we left at some point. So this is gonna be, I think, episode 7, which is covering the way we went all the way from the ground to the lintel level and the first floor. So we are starting the second floor and also doing some other stuff like ramp building and also the septic tank building. There were so many activities that were taking place at the same time. So this episode will cover most of the things that we did on that section, and it's not only the second floor, but it's so many things that like building of the ramp, the stairs, because the wall, when the walls were built, everything was hanging like in a cliff. So we're gonna start putting the stairs and the ramp to the garage, and also we are going to show you the partitioning of the first floor and so on and so on until the next level. So be ready to see the amazing views of the river from the balcony level, and also the ramp, how it was built, how we made it to look like what it is at the moment. So this is just going back into how we came to where we are, and then I'm trying to give you these episodes as we approach where we are, which is already farther, and we are already almost done. We are almost done. We are just doing the finishing, and we had some issues with the gutter, which I'll show you in the next episodes. So enjoy and learn something, get motivated, and be ready to start something. It's always good to start something. It's hard to start thinking that I'll have to have enough to start. No, just start it, and the motivation will increase, and you'll have good reasons to carry on, and God will always provide you with the strength and the resources to carry on once you start. But if you don't start, it is still uh, it is still a point. Every point or every line or every circle or every construction start from one point, and then if you move the point, it becomes a line straight. If you move it zigzag, it becomes a zigzag line. If you move it in a square, it becomes a square. So the point is you have to start moving that point. Move the point to the next level. Move it to the circle, move it in a circular way, in a zigzag, and then give it a name. So with that, I think I'm motivating you to start something. You don't have to wait until you have enough. There's not enough. Enough is relative. With what you have, start something. If you want to buy something, with what you have, start doing it. If you want to build, start with something. So without wasting a lot of your time on this introductory part, let's walk into the construction and watch how it all works. So at this point, we had built the first floor, we finished it, we've done the leveling of the first floor. We wanted to start doing the construction of the second floor up, and partitioning of the floor of the rooms in that floor. In between there, we thought of, we are walking into this house in a kind of like a cliff, because there was only the walls up to the foundation, and it was very long, long walls. We didn't have stairs, we didn't have a ramp to take materials inside, so we decided to build stairs and a ramp, so that would take us. So that's the garage door, and we needed a a ramp to take us up there. So it was so steep and like a cliff. So we decided to measure, get the measurement straight. So that side is the wall, that's the big window of the garage, and that's the garage. In front there, we were removing this timber that were holding the first floor when we were pouring the concrete. So we removed all those ones down there, those poles that were holding it, we removed them, and even the plates you'll see as we go on, the plates that were holding. Yeah, that's the view of the river and the garden around there and the whole area. This was a structure that we built here for covering or changing when we were building, because sometimes it would rain and we would hide in there. We didn't have any roof on top of us. Yeah, so this is the garage door, and we're gonna put a ramp here. You see, we are using the ladder there to go up, which was hard. That's like a cliff. It's very high. It was like 8 feet high. So we went into the measurement of getting a ramp here up to the garage, that the car would drive straight in there. And look at that, how high it is. See where that gentleman is coming down? That one, we need stairs there. So we had to measure also and put the spiral stairs that would eventually help us to go into the house, and you'll see them at the end of this video or as we progress with the building. And I've got all here documented. So that's the engineer, Mr. Tom Okich. He's a very experienced guy. He's measuring the area. He's the one who built this house. If you're interested in building, get in touch with him, or I can inbox you and give you his number. You can contact him and he can help you build a house if you want to. But he's a very nice, humble guy, easy to work with, and sometimes you have to meet the person alone and talk to them. I can't tell you more about him, but he is a very good guy. He did a good job. I still work with him because this was his project. I was financing it and he was doing the job. Yeah, so that's how we all was done, and we kept going back and forth, where this initially we wanted the stairs to be right in front of this arch, like a circular semicircle, like half moon stairs. But then we diverted. We said here was like 10 feet high, very high. To build it would be a long way. We needed a lot of materials to back it off, so we decided to go on the side and merge it with the ramp like it looks, and see how it came out. Yeah, fast forward, it came out that way. We decided to build also a septic tank there to continue. So this place was a beehive of activities going on. That's the ramp. This is how it came out from close and from a distance. See, it took a lot of materials. It was very costly to bring it to this level. Yes, you see how it looks now? Now you can walk in easily. So we started to backfill all this area with the red soil. We filled it with the red soil, which we were bringing from somewhere else. It was a lot of money too, and a lot of materials. That's the river from my balcony. Look at how beautiful it looks. I love this view. Look, when you're sitting in your balcony there and you're watching the river flowing so nicely. That's from the rooftop balcony. You could see how the ramp was built down there. And also, we also had to build the retention wall, because all this red soil we were pouring here, rain would wash them out. So we had to build a wall there to retain the soil. And then we have a gradient which was easy to climb when you're going into the house. All this was a tedious work. Materials were poured for the second floor building, which was already started up there, you can see. And they were removing also these pieces of metals that were holding the first floor. It was a big hive activity. We worked so hard here, tirelessly. We had a lot of people here who were assembling here. One time I stood there and I was watching. Oh my goodness, I'm a big employer. Anyway, that's the retention wall. You see the white mark? We're gonna dig there a foundation and build it with rocks to make it like a retention wall to prevent that red soil from flowing. Yes, that's the foundation I was talking about. We made it like a C inverted, like an S shape. Yeah, so that's how we started it, and we kept building it. We built that concrete, not concrete, but stone walls, and then we backfilled the whole area. We poured the soil there and we were leveling it, you see. That's the engineer himself on the ground. We worked with him tirelessly. So as they were pouring the red soil there, the ramp was being also fixed there with stones, because eventually we poured a concrete on it, and it was strong that we have metals in there. We have stones, metals, and gauze wires to keep it in place and strong, that a car or a lorry full of or a truck full of stones can stand on top of it there and still it doesn't break. This structure was built very, very strongly. The engineer followed the instructions from the architect to the point. Yes, so this is how it looks from a distance, and I kept taking pictures and videos so that I could show my grandchildren in future how this future home for them would look like. When they will be looking at it, they will be saying, oh, there is just a house that was built here. They would not know how it came out if I didn't do this documentation. So at the same time, this is a documentation for future. Look at the balcony. Yes, look at the river. That's a bridge up there. It was this time it flooded that the water went so close to the bridge level, but it was still not very safe. But you can see how close it was to the level of water. This is very deep at this time. You can't even hear the water flowing because it's covering all the stones. You know, the rapids makes noise when the water is passing through the stones, and when they're open stones. But if they are all submerged like this, you can't even hear the sound. So that's how we knew it. Even at night, if you don't hear the sound, you know it's full. Yeah, so that's my balcony, and look at the river. Wow, that's a wonderful scene. I wanted to sit here every time. Even in the evening when I have the sunset, I would just sit here and watch. In the morning, I would sit here and see the horizon, and you know. Anyway, back to the building. You see how from up there you can see the ramp is being prepared. That's the stones poured there. It was a lot of work. A lot of materials were poured here. I underestimated the whole process and even the cost, so I had to push more than what I could do. I really didn't have enough time. I had little time since I took off from work, so I had to stop it at some point, came back, worked again, prepared again, and went back again and pushed it to the next level. Yes, these were goats around here that I used to, we used for, we for making the meal for the workers here. After they have reached a level, like when they poured the first floor, I gave them a goat. Next level, I gave them a goat. When they were roofing, also in future, in these pictures, I gave them a goat. So this is the retention wall. See how the engineer drew it so that there is enough turn from the gate, which will be on this side, enough turn for somebody driving and entering into the ramp and straight into the garage nicely. If you're walking from this retention wall, you can also go through the stairs and inside the house. We made everything very soft and easy to walk in, that when you're walking, you don't feel like fatigue on your knees, and even the grannies and puppies, the old papas can walk here easily without complaining of their knees getting tired when they are climbing. Yeah, so that's from another distance. On the balcony up there, we poured the concrete on top of it. The following day we were already working on it, and the retention wall was already built there, so we just doing the backfilling of this area. And you see, I put the concrete for the next level was already being prepared there. You see the pillars, and also we were preparing for the next level all the time. Yeah, that's the retention wall with the concrete. See the people there who are working there. It was a beehive activity. Everybody was doing something. There are a lot of people who were employed here, and everybody was happy in the village for the project, because not all the time they have a big project that lasts longer like this. They have small projects. So when they had this one and they were coming every day, sometimes it was hard to take everybody who came, because sometimes we had enough, but some people still were complaining of, not, if they don't work, they will not have food to bring on the table for their families. So they wanted any miscellaneous job. So we created job for them, like sometimes we just move these bricks to this point A to B, help here, bringing the water here and there. And people were happy they had at least meal on their table, and also for their families. I loved it when everybody was coming up in the morning here and leaving happily in the evening with something on their pockets to go and buy food at home. When we finished this project, when I stopped, it was sad for them too, because they had to go far away to look for other projects. And they kept saying, "Let us know when you'll be starting it again, or when you'll be continuing with the project." So anytime we had something little to be done, we called some few people and did it. But when we call a few people, we had many more than we needed, so we had to return some home, which was also sad for me to see people going back home after they came to do the job for their family. So that's the first floor. On top of the balcony, see that nice line? That's how it came out when we were building. So many things were happening here at the same time. The engineer had a lot of supervision to do, and I was also helping as I was on the ground. It's nice to be on the ground when things are being done, because you can correct things at the earliest time. That is, when something has to be fixed, you had to move the walls the way I wanted. Some rooms were made very small, but I had to do them the way I want, because sometimes the people on the ground, they have their own way of doing things, and you have to be here and insist on what you want for it to be done the way you want. If not, it will be done the way they want, and if you don't like it, it will be too late to fix or to break and fix. So to avoid that, it was very essential that I was on the ground there, and I repaired, I mended, we modified what had to be modified, and reduced and increased what we wanted. Yeah, so that's how we worked here tirelessly until we finished. So that's the view of the house from a distance. Actually, that's the back of the house. The back wasn't so high, so we didn't need any backfilling, because we are in a steep gradient. So the lower part, we had like 8 feet for it to be equivalent with the back side. So 8 feet was hard to fill with the materials to get it to the level of the top side. So that's from the side view. That's a big garage window, and that's the arch right there. Down is a nice veranda, and up there is a nice view. This is the arch. It's a nice view to the river side and the front. And when you're sitting there, you can see Migori Airport right up from the sunrise area, the horizon, where we see the mountains where the sun rises. Yeah, very nice view. And in the morning, I could see the first flight landing and also taking off at around 8. Yeah, so it was a nice view. I had a school next to me. Which kids were very loud there, and you could hear them nicely in the morning when they take their break. But when you're inside the house, definitely you could not hear anything because of the soundproof that we did on this house. So these are the walls. Look how beautiful they look. And in future, when it's all done, we'll paint them nicely, polish, not paint, but polish them nicely, and the stone will have its stone color. If it is red, yeah. So I was there working with them. We're removing these plates here which were holding the first floor. This is another very hard job. I did it the whole day, and to remove all these plates here with the help of my very good expert here. He was the contractor, that guy, and I was the handyman helping him. We worked the whole day. We had a lot of things dropping on our face, on our hands, we got very careful, because when these things are coming back, they can flip over and land on your head. They had nails on them, so they had nails on them, which we needed hard head, but we didn't have any, so we had to do the local way, but being very careful. Yeah, so that's all we did here. Look at that. That is a septic tank being built down there. We dug the hole, and we built it with the bricks on the sides. So it was built in a form of biodegradable toilet, or a sewage, or what we call it. Yeah, it was a biodegradable one that we in future process all the waste from the house, process them there before they go into sock pit, which we release them they get treated in the biodegradable area. So when the water flows into the sock pit, it is already cleared, and then when it sifts into the soil, it becomes usable and not toxic. So that's the process that we used for the sewage in this house. Yeah, so everything are coming into places as we go on. So keep watching and let's enjoy this scenery. That's me there with the engineer working so hard, leveling here. We had to take the bull by the horns when we were doing this. It was tough, it was hot, and it was very tasky. But somebody had to do it. That's me and them. Let's see how the stairs are coming. Very nice, next to the ramp, into the garage and also into the house. You see, I love this. I love these stairs when I saw them coming out this way. They came out the way we wanted. Lovely, lovely work. I am thinking this can motivate anybody to start something. My big joy for this job is that it worked. When we started, I didn't know it would work, but look, it worked. More effort, commitment, sacrifice, determination of getting what you want, and love to do what you want. If somebody would ask me if I would do it again, I would say I would do it again and again and again. There's a big happiness in doing what you love most, and this is how it came out. Yeah, I took vacation here, went home there, and there was no vacation. It was a daily job. Actually it was 6 to 6. Yeah, because after they were done at 5, I would remain here, queuing, pouring the water on this area until around 8. I would leave here very exhausted, shower, eat and sleep, and the following morning I have to be here fast before them so that we can arrange the job, and when they come we already have the plan of the day. Continue enjoying the view of this house. I always stood far from a distance to look at it and picture out or have a visual imagination of how it would come out. It was a thought, and the thought was drawn into a paper, and it was acted on or acted upon. Materials were brought, and it came out this way. And as we were going on with this project, I was visually thinking about how it's gonna come out, and I was always positive that it will come out good. After that, I had a lot of comments. Anything you are doing, there must be some critics, there must be some who likes it, some who don't like it, some did not like it. But for me, I liked it because this is what I chose, and I liked it. I worked hard on it to make sure that it came out. Yeah, so they always say one's food is the other's something else, but to me this was my liking. Yeah, so that's the ramp. That's how high it was, so we had to backfill it all this way, and that's the ramp and the retention wall. So this retention wall was very high too, so we had to get the level of it and drop it down, and there in front of it or on it to the retention or to the ramp, we will have some stairs. Otherwise it was too high to backfill with this maram or gravel. So we had to make a stop there, that this slope will have to go into stairs. So that's how it came out. Every day I came here in the morning when there was nobody, I would stand here and say, thank you, Lord, for giving me the strength to put this structure from imagination into a reality. Here the reality came. It was the dream coming true. Yeah. So I keep enjoying the scenery here as we go on. Yes. I just loved how it was coming up. When I climbed up there on the first floor, the wall around was building up, and inside partitioning were also being built at the same time. We had a tough job here because we had to take all the stones up on the roof there. It has to be manual. We had a lot of people taking the stones up there. Sometimes we were throwing them and somebody catching them up and arranging them. At some point we were tired. We could not throw anymore. So we just had to walk up with stones one by one. We started 2 by 2 and then we reduced to 1 by 1. It was a lot of traffic there for all those stones to be up there and to be used. Yeah, we did it and it worked. And yeah, that's the retention wall. You see how it's breaking from the high level into that step, and then another step will be there for the like 2-3 steps, so that is soft when you climb up into this area. Yeah, that's how it came out. Inside there, look how the partitioning was also working. Yeah, by partitioning them and putting things in places where they should be: bathroom, toilets, the other rooms, walk-in closets. You know, every room had to have its own bathroom and shower. So we did it. This is the walk-in closet. This is the bathroom. And that is the shower. Okay. So keep enjoying the rooms. I'm just showing you a little bit of how we worked up here. It's still not easy to explain what is what at this time, but that is just how messy it was in here. But we knew what we were doing. So the job continued. I was just showing how the development was happening up here and also down there. Yes. That's the balcony area. A loveliest point in this house. And on top of garage is look at that. Balcony. The view is very breathtaking. This landscaping, that looks beautiful all the way from the corner here. See, ramp was so strong. Looked good. And the stairs will come up there that you can climb to come up to this level. Yep. And then that's the river view. Sometimes if you had to explain this for somebody to do it for you, it will take forever and it would never come out the way you want. So sometimes you have to be on your side and explain. And I'm a hands-on person, so I like to touch things. That's the rainbow. The rainbow just touched the river there. Look, as it's showing off. Yeah, they touched the river there and looked to the other side. That's nice. It's the closest I've seen a rainbow. It almost came to us. It was just touching the river. The beginning was the river there. And I don't know how. They say the sun's rays reflecting on the. I don't know how it just came on this day just in front of my house. Rainbow in the river in front of my house. That's amazing. I've always seen rainbow from a distance, but not this close. I could walk in there and stand in the rainbow. Is that not something? Anyway, all this just enjoyment, entertainment. Yeah. Look at another distance, another look, another angle. The angle you stand, you have a nice view of my house. So welcome, people. Welcome and enjoy with me this house as we grow into old age. Yeah. Look at that side. Look at that view. It's the next day. They had brought the balcony into the level I wanted it. And the work is done. Yes. So tomorrow we'll be having only a few. Where I wanted it. But I won't be there too. I'm satisfied. Some went well. Correction, modifications did a good here job. And there. This is the story of building my dream home in Kenya. Continue.